What's going on, guys? Today, we're talking about the new movie in the Ghostbusters franchise, Ghostbusters Afterlife. This one is starring Paul Rudd, Carrie Coon, Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, and is directed by Jason Reitman. The story for this one goes like this. When a single mother and her two children move to a new town, they soon discover they have a connection to the original Ghostbusters and the secret legacy their grandfather left behind. Now, I'll start this one by saying that I wasn't really introduced to the Ghostbusters franchise that much when I was younger. I watched the movies over recent years, but they weren't staples in my household growing up. There's a lot of homage in this entry, both subtle and in your face. And where it might make longtime fans go absolutely nuts, I was a little bit more reserved since I don't have a decades-long relationship with this franchise. But I'm still able to appreciate how tastefully done all of the winks and the nods to past entries and characters were. And I didn't find the fan service overwhelming because it was presented in a wholesome and respectful way. I've been seeing this one get smacked around a bit by the critics because of this, which I think is unjustified. But this movie isn't really for them anyway, so don't let that deter you from checking this one out. This movie was made by fans of the franchise, for fans of the franchise. Did it reinvent the wheel? No. Did it surpass the original? No. But did it deliver on exactly what it set out to do? Absolutely. If you're a fan of the original Ghostbusters movies, all of this will feel very familiar to you. The characters, the villains, the technology will all bring you back to the 1984 classic, and it is a great feeling to hear a proton pack powering up again. Although, while I was watching the film, I found myself wishing it had more of an original story to it so that it could stand on its own 2 feet and usher in a new generation of fans. It seems like this new group of characters is trying to solve the same problem the original Ghostbusters had decades ago, but it's done in such a fun way that I don't think diehard fans will mind all that much. This movie takes the designs of the ghosts and ghouls of the original film and improves upon them with some tasteful CGI and practical effects when applicable. Everything looks really good throughout the film, and it helps it feel like an actual Ghostbusters movie and a direct sequel to the 1980s entries. I thought the more action-packed sequences were thrilling and fun to watch, but I actually wish that there were more of them in this film. We don't get a ton of those segments here, but without saying much, my favorite scene in the entire film is the first time our characters get the Ecto-1 up and running and chase a ghost throughout the town center. I had a big grin on my face the entire duration of that sequence, and I think that's a scene that both new and old fans of the franchise will remember long after the credits roll. When it comes to the cast, I was surprised by just how much I loved McKenna Grace in this film. She is the heart and soul of this movie, and even though she was only 13 at the time of its filming, the film rests safely on her shoulders. She plays a character that's a little bit of a nerdy outcast that's textbook level smart. I feel like when you make a younger character insanely smart, it can come off as unrealistic and annoying, but I never felt that way while watching her character, and I always found her very engaging and genuine. Paul Rudd makes every movie he's in better. His presence always seems so effortless, but it always makes a film more fun and grounded when he comes along for the ride. The only thing I'll say is that he's kind of absent in the third act of this film, which disappointed me a bit, and I found myself missing him during the culmination of this film. I thought Finn Wolfhard did fine here, but he really had to play the moody and hormonal teen here, which I don't have a problem with, but I don't think his arc really came to much of a satisfying conclusion. Carrie Coon does a fine job as the matriarch of this wacky family too. She doesn't offer up a ton of laughs, but is more of the straight character to keep the narrative path in check. When you break it down, this movie is really about family in more ways than one. The first way is obviously regarding the circumstances we find our main characters in, and how their relationships grow stronger for one another as the movie progresses. But the second way is in how it was made. Our director here is Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, the director of the original 80s films. He said that his father was pretty much on set every single day of production, looking everything over and offering up suggestions. This is a family that cares deeply about this franchise and wants nothing more than to do right by its fans. And it shows by making this production a true family affair. Ghostbusters Afterlife gets a Sully score of 7. After the abomination that is the 2016 Ghostbusters movie, die-hard fans of the franchise can let out a sigh of relief now that we have this film that ties up a lot of the loose ends of the original movies and could also usher in a new set of films. I do wish it had a more original story to go along with our exciting new group of characters, but maybe this film is best served as a reminder as to why this franchise is so beloved in the first place. Above all else, it's true and authentic to its source materials, which is all fans could really ask for. Jason Reitman packs 40 years of homage and winks into this film and delivers up a fun and satisfying entry that will probably go down as the second best Ghostbusters film we've gotten thus far. So that's my review of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Let me know if you're gonna go check this one out in the comments below. And if you like new movie reviews, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that I know you enjoy this type of content. And I'll see you guys at the next video.